passim, the Latin adverb passim. And they die, and you die, and we die, and she, he, it dies, and you again, and I die. Here often I am a little like, still a little, and I could cry at any moment. Was it 2,310,932, 724,864? It seemed to me that suddenly I was about to cry. When will we have done with? Speaking thusly, he was stretching toward his son, magnificent Hector, but the child at the breast of the nurse, with a beautiful sash, drew back crying. His father's looks terrify him. He is afraid of bronze and the horsehair crest, terrible at the top of the helmet. He sees it move. His father, his noble mother burst out laughing. At once he took his helmet from his head, magnificent Hector, and he placed it on the ground, shining all over. Then his son, he kissed him, he took him in his arms, he said, invoking Zeus and the other gods, just a moment more, executioner, it will be over in an instant. Just a moment more, executioner, because it shines, the scene, because goes to the eyes, the day moves to tears in the eyes that are going to leave all that were not even aware of it before. All that one will have to take away, the offer holds what we were deprived of. A God gathers the world at his arms, that he did not know, he must go back, as if there were nothing to eat. No, now a few topics, abbreviated, in fact five propositions, if you will, that in relation with the things I thinking about these months. The first, we human people, mankind, we are attached to our ici-bas. What is the translation for ici-bas? Down here, down there, ici-bas. To our earth seen from the sky. It's quite a poem. The heart of the matter, I name it consequently, attachment. Attachment and detachment say the same, are the same. We remember the famous phrase of Adorno, or attributed to Adorno, according to which the attachment after Auschwitz, let us say, the attachment in poem to the poem, the poetic attachment to the word in music, or in painting, or in stone, or in words, was running the risk of not even being possible anymore. In French, poème rhymes with aime, aimer, aime, like a lot. In English, like means comme, such as, and almost love. That's not bad. This attachment versus now what I called, and yesterday we started with a short discussion about ecology. And I told him I invented a neologism recently. I am fond of my neologism. Is géocide. How could it be translated? Geo, is it understandable?
Genocide.
Géocide, on the model of genocide. So attachment versus géocide. Second, wozu Dichter in dürftige Zeit? What for the poets in dark times? What for? Ask a famous question. One answer would be, for a better judgment in dark times, that is, in bad visibility, and especially of bad visibility of what, or about what, or I don't know, bad visibility of what one expects from the visible. Because of course always the visibility is a reduplicate visibility of the visibility, especially of bad visibility of what one expects from the visible. In this regime of phenomenality and noumenality, which is already to be heard in the archaic program of Anaxagore, Opsis ton adelon, ta phenomena, which that I like to translate in French. C'est comme ça que je vois les choses. The things are to be seen like that. I add the hesitation about the visibility of what is to be seen was implied in this well-known verse of Arthur Rimbaud in the Bateau Ivre, Drunken Boat, on dit ça Drunken Boat, oui. C'est bizarre, Drunken Boat. Bateau Ivre. Et j'ai vu quelquefois ce que l'homme a cru voir. And I saw sometimes what the man saw to see. Et j'ai vu quelquefois ce que l'homme a cru voir. What is visible and how for a poetical viewing of the things now? I try a formula like that. Next to the really visible, the ordinary given perceptive life. La vie a vos travaux ennuyeux et faciles, or what Laforgue stresses like la vie quotidienne, all what is visible in fact. Next to this really visible, doesn't like. Next to the hyper-visibility produced by the technological scopies of our science, prosthesis, of our theorization, from the neutrino to the supernovae, I don't know exactly how to pronounce this word in English. So, really height of visibility. Next to the invisible, the two invisible alleged by mystagogies of all kinds, there is, maybe, in French I wrote le peu visible, the slightly visible, the hardly visible, what is difficult to be seen, let's say, the slightly visible of poetry. And I saw sometimes what man believed that is so. Through a bringing together, a rapprochement which keeps things at a distance. I remember when I wrote this, I remember a question to Francis Ponge about what do you prefer, write a poem or say something, just a matter of judgment about things. And Francis Ponge this morning chose the answer, dire des choses justes, say just things. Well, about, for instance, this is a pongiste object, la carafe. People with le verre d'eau and all that. So electricity or sun, as you know, or oyster. Of course, the complete answer of Francis Ponge is make a poem saying just things, or parti pris des mots, contenu des choses, parti pris des choses, contenu des mots in this famous sentence. Though the effort, not now, but in the next reflections, how to reconsider or reinsert the judgment in the things of poetry.